So, weiter geht's mit Genshin und yay, Tag 3 von dem Event. Okay, Tag 3, ja gut. Teil 3 trifft es eher nicht Tag 3, aber ja. Auf geht's. Ich bin noch nicht ganz wach, aber passt schon. Zum Zuhören reicht's.
Look, that figure on the wharf. It looks like Kazuha.
Okay. Hi.
Greetings, traveler in Paimon. I heard there would be guides for the Iridori Festival, but I didn't expect it would be you two.
We didn't expect to see you either. Returning as a guest for the Iridori Festival, no doubt.
I was a little surprised myself when I received the invitation. But after wandering the outside world for so long, it's good to have an opportunity to return to my homeland and pay respects to my old friends.
Kazuha, when we saw you in the distance just now, you seemed to be looking for something. What happened?
Ah, yes. You see, when I came off the boat with everyone just now, I suddenly heard light footsteps around me. I could tell they were not footsteps of a regular passenger. But by the time I turned around, the person had already disappeared. I only heard a splash come from below the pier. Even though I didn't manage to catch a glimpse of them, I found this strange piece of paper by my feet.
Oh, does the paper happen to have a poem written on it?
Huh. How did you know? Fascinating. It's almost hard to believe such things could happen.
Kazuha, can you show us that piece of paper?
Sure, here it is. Please, have a look.
The 5,000 Splendor Akahito. Long have I been famed, and since my youth I had great ambition. I stamped every new verse with a scarlet seal, and thus was I known to all. But last year when we presented our verses, keine Ahnung. Mine was found to be taken from poets past. For the theft and deception I was banished into the wilderness. The 5 radiant lights never shall be again. How the tides do shift.
Last time, Aoi no Okina's poem ended with a reference to Akahito. And sure enough, this is a story about him. The story this time basically says that Akahito got his name from his love of red seals. However, the shogun discovered that he had committed plagiarism, and he was soon exiled. Well, if Paimon were to rate today's story, it sounds pretty unfortunate.
Well, the other stories weren't much better either.
I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with this story. I too was once wanted as a criminal by the shogunate, so I'm not all that different from Akahito mentioned in this story.
But according to the story, Akahito was exiled by the shogun because of his wrongdoings. You did nothing wrong, Kazuha. Huh? Traveler, what are you thinking about?
The seal mentioned in the story.
Ah, by the way, you mentioned that your friend has been struggling because he's unable to sign his name quickly, right? In Liyue and Inazuma, there is a saying, that which has been stamped has also been signed. Perhaps using a seal could be a feasible solution. While sailing at sea, I sometimes carve things to pass the time. If you wish to create a stamp for his seal, I might be able to help.
Wow, that's an idea! Quick, let's go tell Albedo!
Hey, New Painting in Pale Scarlet. Das ist aber schon so ein bisschen billig, oder? So ein kleines bisschen billig. Aber okay. Kann man ja mal machen. Zählt das überhaupt noch als ich meine, gut. Im Game Lore zählt es, aber. Ja, gut. Auf Dokumenten zählt ein Stempel natürlich auch. Aber als Fan dann irgendwie nur einen Stempel zu bekommen und keine Unterschrift, ich weiß ja nicht.
Albedo, we figured out a way to help Shincho!
Interesting. A story of the 5 Kasen appears again, and with a timely solution. A stamped seal, huh? Let me think. Indeed, it is an efficient solution. If we use a stamp, then Xingqiu won't have to struggle with his handwriting anymore.
However,
However, since Xingqiu's signature has been previously revealed to the readers, it would seem insincere if he only used the stamped seal for his new books. But I have another idea. Using a seal is a part of it, of course. Let's go to Uyu Restaurant now to discuss my idea with everyone.
die haben jetzt aber in diesem Restaurant auch einen Narren gefressen. Ich glaube das ja nicht. Was haben die jetzt mit diesem Restaurant auf einmal? Das ist neu aufgemacht? Also irgendwie...
Be still.
So. Enter Uyu Restaurant. Betonen die das T eigentlich? Ich glaube ja. Also. Erster Stock. Da war ja was. Das wird ja irgendwie gemietet.
Yes, that's it, Jinyu. Your writing has greatly improved today, which means yesterday's intensive training was effective.
My apologies, but I simply can't do it anymore. My hands are so sore that I can't even move them anymore. I should have known better than to read novels during calligraphy class.
You just had a 10-minute break. Come on, you can do this.
When it comes to pushing a deadline, there's no one more brutal than Mr. Hirayama.
No wonder Lady Yai would always send the editorial director to handle troublesome authors.
Whoa, this is getting scary. It hasn't even been that long and Shincho's already zombified.
Mr. Hirayama, we found a solution that might just solve our dilemma. In both Liyue and Inazuma, seals are widely used as the equivalents of a signature. If we use a stamp to leave the author's seal on the books, then we could make the signature process a lot easier. Of course, a seal on its own is not enough. So, I propose that each signature consists of 2 parts. First, we'll use a personalized seal. We can simply carve one using Chenyu's signature as the design. In addition, I'll also design a simple but elegant pattern that's easy for Chenyu to write. That way, he will only need to draw a simple pattern on each book.
Let me think. All right, I think that would work. Not only does it still involve the author's own handwriting, but the result should be very beautiful as well.
So, what you mean to say is, I've been saved from this predicament?
Mr. Hirayama, it suddenly occurred to me that the reason we gave up on live book signings previously was because it would take too long for the author to sign each book. But if we adopted Calx's proposed method, we might have enough time to do signatures at the live event. And if all the authors signed their books in the same fashion, then Genyu's signature wouldn't look out of place.
If you think it's feasible, I would certainly be happy to design signatures for the other authors as well.
Yes, and you may leave carving the stamps to me.
In that case, I shall contact the other 2 authors participating in the new release event.
It is a great honor to use a signature designed by Calx.
My pen name is quite complicated and isn't suitable for signing events. However, if we implement this new format, then it'll be a dream come true for me as well.
Great! Looks like everyone's on board with the idea.
I'm sorry to have kept you busy for so long, Jinyu. Please, take the next few days to have a good rest. We'll handle everything from here. The books that Jinyu already signed can be used as special prizes in future events held by the Eye Publishing House.
We did it. The event is saved.
Thanks to everyone's efforts, Onodera and I are finally free of that mess.
That's right! You're finally free, Xingqiu! Maybe you should step outside for some fresh air.
Okay. Wäre vielleicht das erste Ingame-Buch, was ich lese. Weil es von Xingqiu ist, aber okay.
Welcome to Uyu.
Ist noch niemand vorher auf die Idee gekommen ist mit Stempeln. Oder Schablonen.
some time to burn. Where should we go next?
Traveler, there you are.
Oh, it's Ayaka! And Venti! That's an interesting combo.
I was just going to the festival venue to prepare the Ikebana lesson when I found a strange piece of paper on a flower stand. This bard just happened to be close by at the time. He informed me that you've also found similar papers recently. As such, we came together to find you two.
But the paper she found isn't quite the same as the ones we found before.
Here's the paper. Please, have a look.
Huh. All the poems we found before were roughly the same length. But this one is only 2 lines.
Oh. War ich jetzt gerade gemutet, wenn ich das vorgelesen habe? War ich auch gemutet, während ich irgendwas dazu gesagt habe? Verdammt. War nichts Wichtiges. Und das war auch nur ein Einzeiler, von daher passt das. Ach genau, es ging darum, dass Ayaka Sprecherin irgendwie gerade leichte Störgeräusche in ihren S-Lauten drin hatte, aber okay. Ja, und Zettel, nee, warte mal. Die Wahrheit ins klare Wasser geworfen und die Wahrheit kam heraus. Keine Ahnung, irgendwie sowas.
And even though there are only 2 short sentences, neither of them are next to the title or centered on the page. The position of the writing seems to indicate that there is other content written on this paper besides these 2 lines.
If we take the poem literally, it reads, "Dip this paper in water and see the truth naturally appear." Speaking of which, I have an ancient text at home, specializing in ancient and exotic stories. It mentions a special ink that will show itself when wet and disappear when it's dry.
So, shall we give it a whirl? It just so happens that there's a pond nearby.
Wir sind umgeben von Wasser, aber okay. Wir gehen jetzt mit... Warum nehmen wir nicht einfach den Teich da vorne mitten im Dingens? Okay, gut, das ist auch ein Teich. Aber trotzdem.
Wow, look! It's really working! More words have appeared on the paper! Let Paimon see what it says.
The 5 Cousins Splendor Sumizumo. Going over his poetry, I found that the plagiarized piece did not have his scarlet seal. I submerged the verses into clear water, and the truth did emerge. The true verses were not washed away, but the text of that despicable crime faded. Oino Okina passed me by, just as he was writing a verse of Akahito. One storm had yet to settle, and it was already time to write new poems.
The story says that after Sumizomi got the collection of poems from Akahito and put them into a stream of water, the plagiarized words in the poem became blurry. Huh? Why would that happen?
You see, Paimon, in the past, when printing was not yet well developed, handwritten text could easily become smudged in books when exposed to moisture. To ensure the text lasted longer, they'd either write using a special ink or coat the paper's surface with a waterproof coating once the writing was finished. Such special inks are time-consuming and laborious to produce, and the waterproof coating could also prove just as difficult. However, since Akihito's poetry collection was an important gift to be presented to the shogun, surely one of those 2 methods was used to protect it. But as for the plagiarized poems, not only would they lack Akihito's seal, but the words would also react differently when exposed to liquid.
Alter, können die ihr bitte ein richtiges Mikro geben? Ey, das triggert mich jetzt gerade. So this one wasn't written by Akahito.
Which means Akahito didn't plagiarize his work. He was set up!
Yes, it appears that this is the truth that Sumizome's story is trying to convey. Although the story is saddening, I've decided on the subjects to use for Akihito and Sumizome's portraits. Kazuha, Ayaka, would you be willing to be the models for my paintings?
I would be delighted.
Yes, as would I.
There you go. The next 2 portraits should be ready in no time.
Yes. And now that all 4 stories have all been collected, the story of the 5 Kasen is now fully completed.
Long ago, Inazuma had 5 legendary poets. People bestowed upon them the title of the 5 Kasen.
One year, the poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn out, and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter. Suiko pleaded guilty. He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before, and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated.
That figure was none other than Aoi no Okina himself. This turn of events had begun with an unnamed individual, under whose coercion, Aoi no Okina was forced to take drastic measures to retrieve a page of poetry. He knew nothing of this individual's true intentions. All he knew was that the poem had to do with an old acquaintance, Akahito.
Akahito had once belonged to the 5 Kasen. Each poem he composed, he marked with a scarlet red seal, hence the Aka in his name. Such a distinguished writer was he, and yet one of the poems he had submitted the previous year was found to be plagiarized. Akahito was exiled for his crimes, and only 4 of the 5 Kasen remained.
Sumizome went over Akihito's poems and noticed that the plagiarized poem lacked his seal. She immersed his poetry in a stream nearby, and only on the plagiarized poem did the ink run. Aoi no Okina passed by and witnessed Sumizome's doing, which he then recorded in a poem. Thus transpired the events of Suiko's poetry submission, and this is where the story comes to an end.
Paimon, what's wrong?
Yeah. Ever since we completed the story of the 5 Kasen, there's still one thing Paimon hasn't been able to figure out. One of the 5 Kasen is called Kuranushi, right? It's just that, how could the story of the 5 Kasen finish without him appearing at all?
Oh, have you really not noticed?
Huh? Not noticed what? This is no time to be playing games, Tone-Deaf Bard!
What he means is that the story of Kuronushi was already embedded within the 4 poems.
Huh? Really?
That's right. The key lies in the poem that Aoi no Okina wrote after seeing Sumizome rinsing the poetry collection. An average person could never understand the scene of a young girl washing Akahito's poetry collection in a stream. Even Aoi no Okina couldn't figure out the meaning behind Sumizome's actions. He was simply reminiscing and thinking about his old acquaintances. However, for the perpetrator who framed Akahito, it was completely obvious. He was worried that if this poem was seen by the Shogun, then the Shogun could discover the truth behind the plagiarism incident. If that happened, then he'd be finished. So, in desperation, he threatened Aoi no Okina to make him tear out this poem.
Which means the one who threatened Aoi no Okina is the same person that framed Akahito.
The culprit is none other than Kuronushi.
What? Kuranushi?
That's right. Though there are only 4 poems, they still managed to tell the complete story of all 5 Kasen. Since the Shogun mentioned in the poems is certainly not the one of the 5 Kasen, The only character left is the mysterious one with an unknown identity.
Oh, okay. Paimon is finally starting to get it now.
However, this also brings something else to mind. The story of the 5 Kasen has more or less reflected everything that's been happening around us lately. Which begs the question, is there a Kuronushi in our world as well?
A Kuronushi? In our world?
Speaking of which, I wonder if our dear Kazuha has come up with anything.
Oh, right! Kazuha! He's been pretty quiet this whole time. Let's ask him.
Ja. 2 Schritte gehen, cool.
Hey, Kazuha! Are you okay? You've been standing in front of this blank canvas for a while, and you don't look so good.
Apologies for making a wild assumption, but has the story of the 5 Kasen reminded you of anything?
Yes. A few things did come to mind, actually. However, they were nothing more than some past incidents regarding my family. I don't mind sharing the stories, but I'd prefer not to bring you any more trouble.
Hey, we're all friends here, Kazuha. You can always tell us whatever's on your mind.
Kaidehara, please forgive my assumption, but perhaps you were thinking of the Raiden Gokuden?
The Raiden Gokuden? What's that?
It appears that Miss Kamisato and I were thinking of the same thing. But it also has much to do with the Yashiro Commission. It would be improper to speak of it here without the consent of Miss Kamisato.
It's fine. Those of us here are all trustworthy, so there isn't any harm in it. However, this matter is somewhat complicated and may be difficult to explain. Let me start with the Raiden Gokuden. As you all know, the Yashiro Commission's primary purpose is managing ceremonial and cultural affairs, and Inazuma's art of forging swords is a very important part of our culture. The Raiden Gokuden were once the top 5 schools of the forging art in Inazuma. Although these families were swordsmiths by craft, they also held many important positions in the Yashiro Commission. Unfortunately, of the 5, only the Amenoma art still maintains its artisan lineage. The descendants of the Ishin art are also still alive, but the craft has been lost to time. The descendants of the Ishin art are none other than the Kaidehara family.
Whoa! We knew Kazuha came from a noble family, but we had no idea about his connection to the Yashiro Commission and sword making.
Yes, but that's all part of the past now. The Ishin art was lost with my great-grandfather's generation. My grandfather was dissatisfied with my great-grandfather's lack of effort. When he was young, my grandfather traveled all over Tevat to find a way to revive the family business. But it was to no avail. And in my generation, our last remaining family property was lost as well.
I heard my elder brother mention that the decline of the Raiden Gokuden happened very rapidly. In the span of a few decades, 3 of the families suffered various misfortunes and disappeared completely. Later, there was speculation that all of these misfortunes stemmed from some background machinations, meaning that someone wanted to wipe out the Raiden Gokuden. However, since not every family of the Raiden Gokuden came to ruin, such explanations were treated as nothing more than a conspiracy theory.
Indeed. I've also believed such ideas were just theories and rumors. However, I know that a major incident happened to my great-grandfather when he was young. Not only did it affect the Kaedehara clan, but it nearly jeopardized the Kamisato clan's position in the Yashiro Commission as well. After reading the story of the 5 Kasen, I can't help but feel like it's pointing me toward the truth behind that incident.
What exactly happened to your great-grandfather, Kazuha?
I still can't say. I need to speak with someone to verify the details. Let's meet here again at noon tomorrow. I will tell you everything I know then.
Oh nein, nicht schon wieder warten. Tales of Dwelling Garden, Act 3 complete. Oh. Okay. Jetzt geht's doch alles zack auf zack. Go forth, Golden Warren. You have received no commissions from Catherine, nor do you have appointments of any friends, and yet in the darkness a golden light leads you to a small island in the middle of the ocean. How strange, what in the world happened? Uh-huh. Probably courtyard part. Oh no. Moment of was? Achso. Reset, genau. War ja was. Spawns hatte ich gemacht, oder? Ja, hatte ich. Event Details. The Floral Courtyard. Amidst Irodori Festival, the florist Fushizome is looking for someone to experience the art of Ikebana. Oh nein, das ist ja das Event. Das ich mir letztes Mal verpasst habe zur Hälfte. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Da ist noch Kasen. Achso. Aha, okay. Achso, es gibt den Wandschirm quasi dann. Ah. Cool. Rain-Statue. Interessant. Fire Sketch Statue of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ugosho, God of Thunder. Something appears to have occurred in front of the Apikusus place where statues of Her Excellency of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ugosho, God of Thunder are being sold. Get Quest. Ach, das ist jetzt hier die nächste vertonte Quest. Okay. Überleg grad, habe ich gestern die Event-Quest und das. Nee, das habe ich zusammen mit den Oberwelt-Quests gemacht. Moment, aber habe ich denn hier auch eine? Da habe ich die. Und die Floral Court kommt woher? Die beiden Quests kommen daher. Aha. Okay. Ich glaube, dann mache ich jetzt einfach mal die eine betonte. Was? Teufel?
The Five Kasen Plaza is significantly less crowded now, but it's still too early to relax. This is a serious matter, and we must remain vigilant. Is that clear?
In welche Quest bin ich jetzt reingerannt? Oder dass ich vertont, dass es wird die sein, in die ich sowieso reinrennen wollte. Interessant.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Sarah.
Oh, it's you. Do you have something to report?
Nothing to report.
Really? Good. The Tenryou Commission has a responsibility to ensure public order and security during the Irodori Festival. If anything comes up, come to me.
Oh, you look really busy. Has something serious happened?
Nothing serious, really. We've just received a lot of reports in the past few days over things like line cutting, reselling goods at inflated prices, even troublemakers hogging the photo board. All minor incidents, but it all adds up to create a lot of work for a lot of people.
Sounds tough.
Still, I take the fact that so many people are turning to us for assistance as a sign that the Tenryou Commission is gradually regaining the people's trust. The Shogun gave us orders to provide security at the Irodori Festival. This is a rare chance to change people's perception of the Tenryou Commission, so we cannot afford to slip up. Even if it's tiring work, we must rise to the challenge.
Well, no matter how busy you are, at least you still found some time to come here and buy an Almighty Shogun figurine, right? We want to buy one too!
What do you mean, figurine? I'm just patrolling these parts. In fact, I was just about to leave.
No need to be shy. Actually, Miko told us that you got up super early this one time to make sure you could be the first in line to buy one of these figurines.
That Lady Gucci, how could she disclose... Never mind. To be clear, I have no intention to hide that which I do out of reverence alone. But there is one thing you must be corrected on.
Oh? What is it?
That is not a figurine. It's a statue of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Agosho, God of Thunder. Do I make myself clear?
Almighty Narukami got it.
This particular statue of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Agosho, God of Thunder, is a brand new addition. There will only be 300 available in this batch, and there is a limit of 1 per customer. Many people have been lining up since well before dawn to acquire one. I'm afraid if you're only showing up now, you're probably too late.
Oh, really? So you definitely must have gotten here pretty early too then. Did you manage to get one yet?
Normally, of course, I would come to purchase one myself. But on this occasion, my duties at the Iridori Festival had to take priority. We are required to report for duty long before the shops open. It is regrettable, but I had no choice but to forego the chance this time.
Aw, what a shame.
So instead, I had someone purchase one on my behalf.
Oh, right! Wait, you can do that? Didn't you say they're limited to 1 per customer? This figurine is super popular. It must be pretty tough to find someone happy to buy one for you and not for themselves.
I anticipated the same at first, but Lady Gujiyae found a professional to assist me, saying she appreciated our tireless efforts during the festival period. I don't know who the professional is. I assume it would be either someone from the Grand Narukami Shrine or from the Yashiro Commission, but I did not ask. Given the time, I believe they should have completed the purchase by now. I am fortunate to have had Lady Guji's help this time. I likely would have struggled to find a candidate on my own. As well as being willing, they would need to be an early riser, and also tall enough to beat the crowds to the top shelf items.
Early riser and tall.
Ito?
What was that sound?
Probably just the wind.
Really? Well, never mind. I've been here long enough. It's time for me to head to my next patrol zone. Stay safe during the Iridori Festival.
Oder auch nicht. Examine the strange wooden barrel.
Uh-oh, you found me. Sayu, what are you doing here? Oh, wait! Are you the professional? Shh, quiet. She might still be in earshot.
Sayu, have you been slacking off again?
No way. I've been here since last night so I could buy a figurine. But after waiting and waiting, my eyes started to feel real droopy. And I only meant to take a short nap. A really quick one.
In short, you overslept.
Oh, if I don't buy one of these figurines, the 10-year-old commission Tengu will lock me up for life.
Surely not.
Sheesh. Goodness knows what Miko told you. I guess my only hope now is to sacrifice my salary for this month and buy one off of someone who got here in time.
Let me negotiate a price for you.
Really? Great! Then, here's my salary. Please don't spend it all.
Sayu's salary. Ah. Ask Pessas. Was? Du stehst hier bei den Figuren rum.
After coming all this way to Inazuma, and especially getting up early, I still walk away empty-handed. The first batch was smaller than I expected, and who knows when the next batch will come out. Well, since I'm here now, I guess I should buy some other souvenir instead.
Okay. Eventuell soll ich die Quest auch mal auswählen. Ah. Gunpei.
Why so glum? Didn't manage to get your hands on a statue of Her Excellency, the almighty Narukami Agosho, God of Thunder, by any chance? Sell it? Huh. I ain't selling. Not after all the effort I put in to get a hold of this. Go ask someone else.
Okay. Baker.
Huh. You didn't manage to get one either? That's strange. When I came to line up this morning, I checked with my friend who'd already bought one. She'd been lining up since before sunrise, and she was around the 100th in line. I was only 150 places behind her, so surely I should have gotten one. Something's wrong here. I'm gonna go ask the shopkeeper for an explanation.
Sie wurden gestohlen. Wie üblich.
I can't believe it. I am definitely done for this time. A whole load of people are saying they didn't manage to get one. Did the shopkeepers get the count wrong or something? Oh, why don't we go ask at Apekasu? Might as well. I guess there's nothing to lose.
Owner of Aipekusu. Ja, sagt einfach Kaede. Hi.
Terribly sorry. I was otherwise occupied this morning and had someone else watch the shop. So I don't know all the details, but according to our records, we did sell the full 300.
Hey, what about those ones at the back? Aren't they for sale?
I'm sorry, those are display only. Please don't be too disappointed. We're only selling a limited number of these statues at the festival, and this was only the first batch. Please rest assured, you will all have the chance to purchase one in the future.
But when will the next batch be ready? Also, this poor guy came all the way from Mondstadt. He got here earlier than me and was at least 50 places ahead of me. Even he didn't get one. How do you explain these numbers?
Look, I don't know a whole lot about Inazuman festivals, but they do seem to have sold out pretty quickly.
I'm terribly sorry, but I've triple-checked the sales records for this morning, and everything seems to be accounted for.
Why don't we get the Tenryou Commission to investigate this?
The Tenryou Commission? No way.
Sorry, who are you?
This is professional from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, are you saying this falls under the Yashiro Commission's jurisdiction?
Yeah, it does. We will follow up on this matter, so there's no need to go to the Tenryou Commission. They're busy enough as it is. That's weird. How come Sayu's so motivated to work all of a sudden? Shh. If the Tenryou Commission finds out about this, Kujo Sarah will come ask me about it. And then she'll find out that I didn't buy her figurine, and...
Sayu supposed to be Miko's handpicked professional.
Anyway, we can't get the Tenryou Commission involved, not unless there's no other way.
Well, since someone's already on the case, I suppose I'll just wait for the findings.
Since I came all this way and didn't get a figurine, I guess I might as well look at what else is available.
Thank you both for your understanding. We will make an announcement as soon as the results of the investigation come out.
So we're supposed to be investigating, but we don't have any leads at all. Oh, maybe the customers really did make a mistake with the count. If only we had a witness who'd been here the whole time.
Technically, someone was here the whole time.
You mean me? Sorry, I was asleep.
Did you hear anything in your sleep?
Did I hear anything? Let me think.
I'll take these, please.
Thank you for your patronage. Please come again.
Thank you. Patronage. Oh yeah, now I remember. I heard thank you for your patronage over and over again this morning. Huh? How many times? 300?
Don't have to give an exact number.
I got it. There were at least 16 snores between each thank you for your patronage. That's not how you count it! 16 snores should be about 1 minute. And if we add on the time for moving the boxes and stocking the shelves,
It should take at least 5 hours to sell everything.
right. Sales only started about 4 hours ago, so there's definitely a problem with the amount. Which means, even though I only woke up just now, I still have a chance of getting my hands on one. Maybe.
A mini skill challenge, but yes, you're not wrong.
Well, anyway, maybe I failed my mission because a bad guy did something tricky, not because I was being lazy. So then, who's the bad guy? Well, the shop was pretty strict with this promotion. Not only was there a 1 per customer limit, they even checked people's identity. So there's no way anyone could have bought more than one.
Naja. Ja, da ist mal die GPU-Krise und so weiter. No wonder each transaction took so long.
And with SARS people patrolling the area, no one could have cut the line, right?
By process of elimination. The remaining option is...
If someone was up to no good, they'd definitely try to find a way to sell the figurines at a higher price. Let's go ask the guy who says he had to put in a lot of effort to get a hold of one. Maybe he knows something.
Yay, Scalper in Genshin. Woohoo. Yunpei.
Huh? You want to know how I got my hands on the statue? Dream on.
Huh? Why? It's not like we're trying to buy yours off you.
It's a no, okay? No more questions.
Huh? How come?
A staff member sold it to you.
How did you know?
We're professionals.
Huh? Oh, right. Yeah, we are professionals.
Okay, fine. Since you guessed it anyway. But let me be clear. Don't spread this around. I came here bright and early to line up, but the first batch of statues sold out almost immediately. I wasn't very happy about that, so I went around to the back door of a Pegasus to see if I could find a shop assistant to ask about when the next batch would be coming out. To my surprise, I saw him moving boxes and boxes worth of statues out of the store. Needless to say, I was all ready to march up and demand to know what was going on. But...
He gave you a figurine to keep you quiet.
Well, yes. But I paid the shop assistant full price for it, so it was still a legitimate transaction.
It's not for you to decide whether it was a legitimate transaction or not.
Huh? It's the Tenryo Commission?
The Tenryo Commission has received reports that someone has been hoarding goods to resell at extortionate prices. Now, these are not classed as strategic materials, so some amount of price fluctuation is expected in the market. However, it is against the law for a staff member to abuse their position to forge sales records and misappropriate goods. We have already investigated the situation at a Peikusu. The sales records are correct, but in the cash box, there are 2 bags in which most of the cash has been replaced with stones.
But how can this be?
Please hand over your statue of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ogosho, God of Thunder, as evidence. We will compensate you for your loss once we catch the individual responsible.
Fine. So this guy was cooking the books. Never saw that coming.
You guys figured this out pretty quickly, Sarah.
In fact, we were only just tipped off. We're still working on the logistics of the arrest operation. Who's this?
Yikes! I've been spotted.
This is Sayu.
Oh, you must be the professional Lady Guji hired. I was just wondering why I hadn't seen you yet.
We were investigating the missing figurines. Oh, I mean, statues of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Okosho, God of Thunder.
Is that so? Then thank you. The Tenryo Commission will take over from here. Rest assured, we will get to the bottom of the matter.
About your statue.
Sayu has been lining up since last night.
Really? Thank you. So, where is the statue of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ogosho, God of Thunder?
But she saw someone misappropriating the statues.
Oh, yeah. Sayu spent the whole night investigating the staff. So, by the time she got back, she was just too late to buy one. Yeah, right. I definitely would have made it back in time to buy one, if only it hadn't been for someone stealing the statues.
I see. So in the end, you did not manage to purchase a statue, correct?
I'm sorry.
Don't blame yourself. The criminal is the one responsible here. The important thing now is to devise a plan to bring him to justice as swiftly as possible. According to the intelligence, the suspect has already started reselling the statues near the festival venue. But he is lying low and operating very discreetly. If we confront him head-on, he's likely to destroy the evidence and dash. Instead, we will seek to quietly surround him. But in order to achieve this, we will require one person to approach and distract him. Since you've spent the whole night thoroughly investigating this situation, I can think of no one else more suitable to gain his trust than you. Would you be willing to help the Tenryo Commission one final time?
What? Right. Leave it to us. Make sure you get in line early for special edition drinks.
Nearby Transaction Site. Am Strand. Ja, nee, ist klar. Hi. Seigu, hi. Going to be a potential buyer installed for time.
Who introduced you? I'm trying to keep a low profile here, so I'm afraid I don't take any new business except for referrals by existing customers.
We're referred by the one who caught you stealing the statues.
That guy. Fine. He did technically buy from me, I suppose. But let me be clear. This product is highly sought after right now. I can't sell to you at the same price he paid.
The price has gone up again? But it's only been a few hours.
Well, you can take it or leave it. Believe me, there's plenty more room for upwards mobility on the price. It just so happens to be in my interest to get these off my hands sooner rather than later. Besides, good luck trying to find anyone else out there selling.
We gotta keep negotiating as long as we can.
Will this figurine keep its value over time?
I don't have time for this. Just name your price.
Das ist 180.000 oder 1 Million? 180.000 das sind. 4 Nullen, okay. Das wird Ihnen nicht gefallen. Sagen wir mal. In einem Fall wie dem hier macht Maus tut deutlich mehr Spaß, glaube ich. Ah, komm.
No way. That's too low with the market for this product right now.
Dann das.
Deal. Let's schedule a time for you to pick up the product.
Hold
You think that's high? It'll be at least double that in a few days. You think this is a game or something? If you're not serious about buying, quit wasting my time. I should be moving on to my next location by now, not stuck here arguing with you.
The next location you move to will be the police station. You are under arrest for abusing your position for personal gain and falsifying accounts. Do not attempt to resist. The evidence is indisputable.
The Tenryo Commission? When did you... Wait, all that negotiating.
Stick 'em up!
So viel Text, als es sich vorlesen
Thank you
könnte.
for your help. The culprit has revealed the location where he stashed the statues, and we have sent people to collect them.
Great! So once Epekusu has counted the goods and stocked the shelves, we can get back in the line to buy one, right? This time, I must complete my mission.
I'm afraid it's not that simple. The stolen goods will have to be kept as evidence at the police station for some time. They will not be available for purchase in the immediate future.
Paimon can't believe it!
I would be grateful if you could inform the shopkeeper about this. I should return to the station and see how things are going.
Wow.
Although Sora didn't say anything, she seemed a little disappointed, don't you think? Aww. Is there really nothing we can do?
Herr Kaide, what happened? Was hat denn der jetzt damit zu tun? Mich wundert ja, dass der nicht wie in der anderen Quest beschlagnahmt wird. Ach so, Kaide. Nicht Kaide Kazuhara, sondern Kaide hier.
I see. Thank you. We'll make a compensation plan and announce it as soon as possible.
Wie kam ich jetzt auf Kazuha Kaide Hara? Ja. Kaede Hara, nicht Kazuha Kaide. Ich bin auch schon durcheinander. Gut. Okay, where is you then?
Wait, hold on. Although this statue of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ogosho, God of Thunder, was only intended as a display item, now that I think about it, why don't you have it, as a gesture of my gratitude? After all, it was our negligence that caused trouble for you all on this occasion. This is just a small gift, a mere token, but I do hope you can accept it.
Really?
Shall we give this to Sarah?
Sounds good. As long as we give this to Sarah, my mission will be completed. Uh-oh. I've been so nervous all day, and now I can finally relax. I feel really tired all of a sudden. Please, take this figurine to the police station. Sayu, signing out.
Okay. If you incline your ear to this wooden barrel, you can hear some soft snoring. Best you not disturb her beauty sleep, you suppose. Naja, eine Statue, die im Display ist, ich weiß ja nicht, ob das wirklich so viel wert ist. Also sagen wir so, eine Statue, die nicht neu verpackt ist, als Sammlerartikel. Klar, im Endeffekt, wenn ich sie auch auspacke, wie Amiibos zum Beispiel nun wieder, dann sind es halt auch keine Sammlergegenstände an sich mehr. Also nicht mehr eingepackt sind, aber trotzdem irgendwie, naja.
Look what we brought you!
Oh. Is this?
We just grabbed it and came straight here. But now that Paimon takes a closer look at it, it's really well made.
Of course. This is a prototype designed by Yae Publishing House's top artist and crafted by the most skilled lacquerware master in Inazuma City. Otherwise, how could one hope to capture even 1,000th of the Almighty Shogun's majesty? Let alone maintain it. To do that, you must buy a special kind of shrine and worship it properly. It's also essential to clean it often to avoid a buildup of dust, and it's best practice to hire a craftsman to perform regular maintenance.
Sarah,
What's wrong? These are the 5 principles for maintenance of the statue of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Agosho, God of Thunder. And I haven't even finished explaining the first one.
I never knew there was such a fuss over these tiny figurines. I'm surprised Miko never mentioned it to me.
Your Excellency, this is most unexpected.
I had some spare time, so I decided to come out for a stroll. Oh, did you buy this figurine yourself?
It was her.
Hey, what?
Yep, it was me.
Huh. I didn't know you liked little trinkets like these.
Your Excellency, I've yet to finish the defense arrangements for the Iridori Festival. Please excuse me.
Very well. Thank you.
Watching Sarah leave, she looked kinda sad.
I have another such figurine in Tenshukaku, a sample sent by Yae Publishing House. I don't need it, so I think I'll gift it to you.
But you already have one.
I shall not go back on my word. I have committed to giving it to you. What you choose to do with it is your business. You're quite free to give it to somebody else, if you wish. Or to save you the trouble, I can have someone from Tenshukaku deliver it directly. But, of course, your name will have to be written as the sender.
Why does all this have to be so complicated?
Paimon. Let's send it to the Tenryo Commission, please. Put Onisha as the sender.
Good. I'll have someone attend to this shortly. Oh, and I wish you a pleasant and enjoyable Irodori Festival.
Ach so, wir haben jetzt doch die hier wieder mitgenommen, die billig, die Ausstellware und die tolle Erstausgabe, die ihr gehört, kriegt jetzt Sarah. Okay. Gut. Dann bleiben noch die beiden Dinger hier. Aber die mache ich gleich separat. Oder mache ich die jetzt auch noch hinterher? Ne, die mache ich separat. Diese Stunde aufgenommen, das waren jetzt Teil 3 und die vertonte Quest danach. Da kommen jetzt noch die beiden Bücher. Wobei, gab es die noch? Moment. Nein. Event Details. Nein, genau, das andere wollte ich haben. Complete the Palace Died in Black Quest to unlock. Achso, das ist Act 4. Okay. Gut, wie lange kann ich wohl hier auf der Stelle fliegen? Gut. Wo ist denn die Quest überhaupt? Das wäre dann das nächste, was ich nach den Quests mache. Also das ist auch ein Rito. Und das ist irgendwo auf dem Meer. Natürlich da hinten, wo kein gottverdammter Teleporter steht. So typisch. Okay, good to know. Danke fürs Reinwerfen. War hier nicht ein Wave Rider? Doch, da vorne. Hui! Gut, dann würde ich aber jetzt, wie gesagt, erst eine Pause machen. Beziehungsweise erstmal hier einen Cut machen und gucken, ob ich dann gleich weitermache. Und ich werde wahrscheinlich schon darüber fahren. Höchstwahrscheinlich. Dementsprechend bis zum nächsten Mal dann.